крылья. Крылья приводятся в движение ножными педалями. Такие летательные аппараты называются орникоптерами.
reason for that is because screen space doesn't allow us to reflect what is behind the object. Notice the soft shadows. The soft shadows result because of an area light. The combination of umbra and penumbra causes the soft shadows to look so exquisite. And that just happens with ray tracing. No shadow maps necessary. There's an area light just underneath this robot, and it's interacting with the light, and it's combined with the light of the head, all being spun in real time. There's a reflection of a curved surface. Reflecting off of a curved surface is super hard to do, really hard to fake. And screen space reflection simply breaks. There's another scene. You're seeing reflection, and refraction of that, I guess, what would have been an aquarium. Reflection and refraction. Again, the soft shadows that you notice. Caustics. Looks fantastic. Okay. Wow, I don't know whose lab this is, but it's kind of creepy.
Уважаемые коллеги, в связи с чрезвычайной ситуацией просим вас оставаться в помещениях до распоряжения начальника госпиталя. Пожалуйста, соблюдайте спокойствие. Все жизненно необходимое будет доставлено в блок госпиталя карантинным лифтом.
So what we have is a requirement for realistic reflections. But this game really just takes it to the next level. So one of the things that really characterizes this game is the amazing characters. But what he has is, he has this strong light source at his feet, and it's casting this big shadow on the wall. Now, you can't ray trace that. You can't pre-bake that. You have to ray trace that. And if I switch RTX off, you get just generally a big, strong shadow, and that doesn't fit with the characteristics of the light or the world. And if I zoom in on him a bit more, you can actually see just the amazing amount of detail that he has. So if I go over here, you actually see that all that detail is correctly reflected, including the shadow, in this parabolic mirror. So if I look across here, you can actually see in the surface of the bomb that he is actually correctly reflected, and the shadows are fully intact. So a little wander through this amazing world. This has an absolutely beautiful aesthetic. There's some real artistry in here. Now, this guy, again, he has a strong light. And with RTX off, it's just a strong light with a very harsh shadow. And it detracts from the real beauty of these models. So as you can see, it isn't just static. We have some dynamics in here. If I switch RTX on, it still works. And it softens properly. You get the penumbra, you get the umbra. Absolutely everything's right. So let's have a look at something really interesting. So screen space reflections. We've talked about it all the time. Right? And you can see that screen space reflections, when presented with a mirror that's very obvious here, you can actually see that it just breaks down because there's no information in the scene that can actually be reflected properly. So it's kind of a bit of guesswork when you have a screen space reflection, so as you can see there. Right? So if I switch RTX on, we have the Bruce Lee moment. As you can see, we've got the Hall of Mirrors. We get the correct fall off, and because no mirror is perfect, you actually get the color fall off, and it fades out as a real mirror would. As you can see that we're not pre-baking any of this, you can actually see that there's detail in there. Those characters are properly animated. So just to prove that it really is a mirror, again, we have these characters across here. So people might say that real mirrors, that could possibly be hacked, right? So as I wander around the scene, we've got some curved mirrors here. Okay, and you can see that they're just, they're breaking down, they're not quite right. The graphics are still beautiful, but they're not quite right. Now, if I switch RTX on, what we have here is we have multiple interreflections from two curved mirrors bouncing off each other. And there are more mirrors in the scene. We're not limited to two. We still have the Hall of Mirrors effect going on across here. This is real ray tracing. And these are two convex mirrors. Now, on the other side of a convex mirror, we also have a concave mirror, and that reflects correctly what is going on across this side of the room. So, as you can see, we've got gorgeous shadows going on down here, the proper penumbra, the proper umbra, and even the smallest little details of this little guy down here. I mean, he's just awesome. You can't help but fall in love with these characters. And with that, I'd like to thank you, and I think Mundfish have done an amazing job with this.